What's going on with dance and stuff? What's happening with dance and things? What's going on? What's happening? What's going on with dance and stuff? There's an echo in here. Room town.
Let's get this party started. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28,
77, what? 72, 5.
That's a good game.
That was a good game. Just numbers. If you can get a number out,
Dance and Stuff, episode 3. 4?
4?
No help from our producer
Think
today.
about it.
I know one time we went to Archestratus.
That was an episode.
That was an episode.
But that was an episode.
One time Netta danced for us.
That was episode 2.
So 3. This is 4.
Wait, what was the first episode?
There was no special.
One? There was no one in
special.
it? No special.
Episode 4.
Take
1. So I know it looks like we're in the same place we always are.
But we're not.
But you know what's amazing? We're not. We're in the financial district because the Lower Manhattan Cultural Council has
very generously granted us this brass. The first words out of my mouth were, let the river run, let all the
And what's crazy is that even though we've moved from a 5-foot studio in Greenpoint to a weird, big office space high up in the financial district, it looks like the same place.
Do you know what I love?
What?
Besides the sound of that fluorescent light, how quiet it is in here. Just take a moment.
It's sad.
I love it. It reminds me of being in, listen again, and I'm going to say what it sounds like.
A refrigerator.
Refrigerator is good. That feels comforting. Remember when, did you ever watch Punky Brewster?
Of course.
Remember when her friend got stuck in the refrigerator?
Outside. Abandoned, the thrown
and then
away
they have to do CPR, but Punky hadn't learned CPR.
Oh, she suffocates.
They're playing hide and seek, and what's so great is it's a long shot of the refrigerator, and the refrigerator's wobbling a little bit. She's like, somebody please help, let me out. And you can only hear it from inside the refrigerator. Well, listen again, and you know when you're in a doctor's office and you're waiting for him to come in?
Exactly.
It's exactly that.
I'm always like, hurry up. Wait, is for real? You haven't seen the film?
I remember watching the beginning. Jeremy put the beginning on, and he was like, what do you think this is? And I was like, is it a Hitchcock movie? Because it's the whistling and these shots of the city.
Amazing.
And then all of a sudden it's like, no. I'm like, West Side Story.
You know the music?
Yeah. I hadn't seen White Christmas till a couple years ago.
No, I can't get through that one.
The dancing in it. You're gonna
but
gag.
What's the stories? People are trapped in a hotel in a snowstorm, and then they
The Shining.
And then
they start dancing. It's true.
Is that true?
Absolutely. Well, no.
It's about global warming.
It's about global warming.
The Vera Ellen.
It might be.
Blonde legs.
She can dance like you want.
She's like the female James Whiteside, right? It's just like tiny knees.
Oh,
the
my
smallest
God, like
knees.
Total bird bones. Is it true that Jerome Robbins was so hard on them that they were like,
You're fired?
Mm-hmm. Who's credited in the movie?
Both.
The way you have an L in your both is really always something to me. I've noticed it for years. Both. I think Fosse worked on White Christmas.
You just really want to get him in there.
I love Fosse. Heather Lang, where art thou, Heather Lang? I mean, I can't wait to see her in the Fosse, what have you. That will be coming out soon.
FX.
Rickets. It does feel like...
I think these are all things people still get.
Rickets? I'm sure. Isn't it amazing I don't have rickets? Because I don't. I'll tell you what,
I don't know what it is.
I don't eat fruit.
Why?
I don't like it.
What about, banana?
I don't like bananas. I haven't had a banana in I don't even know how long.
Do you know what's hard to eat in the winter is apples sometimes?
Well, yeah.
Especially if you put one in the fridge. There's nothing less appetizing than a freezing cold apple on a cold day. nothing worse.
There's nothing worse. It's true. It's true. Oh my God.
Worse
than a freezing cold day.
Somebody once told me. You gotta put your grapes in the freezer. You take them out of the freezer, and they're like popsicles, like dessert, like little cold treats. Nothing can hurt your teeth more than a frozen grape.
Well, Jenn has moved.
Jenn who?
Harris.
Oh, friend of the pod.
Friend of mine from the last 15, 16 years, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years.
Remember when she told that story about Annie?
Oh, yeah.
She kicked her shoes off.
That was so incredible.
Hit the ceiling.
So incredible.
Go back to episode and listen to Jenn Harris.
And we're going to go check in on her.
In Inwood.
Unpacking in her new APT.
Famously organized Jenn Harris.
A very
famous actress.
There is a place for everything and everything in its place with Jenn.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I was just taking a second to thank this new apartment that I moved into. It's not ideal, but, you know. Have you been watching Tidying Up on Netflix? I know I sure have. I've been obsessed with the JenMari method long before any of you or Netflix. And since I had to move into a new apartment because I got kicked out of my old one, I thought that I would spend this time sharing my joy with you. Oh, let's start with this box. Kind of like a cat scratching at the box. Oh, yeah. This. Oh, wow! It's my Lucille Lortel Award for my 2005 performance of Modern Orthodox, which was my off-Broadway debut. Oh my gosh! It was my first show in New York that paid me a little bit of money. And it was starring Craig Bierko, Molly Ringwald, Jason Biggs, and me. And my contract was actually only till opening night, and then they could replace me with a famous actor, but they didn't, because apparently my reviews were really good, and I was nominated for a Lortel Award, and then I won. It was a three-way tie, actually, between Adrienne Lennox for Doubt, which she later went on to win the Tony, and friend of the podcast, and Jack Ferver's other best friend, Parker Posey, for Hurly Burly. Oh. I remember my parents and my sister were there with me to celebrate that night. And the announcer said, "This is crazy. There's a three-way tie. This has never happened before in the history of the Lucille Lortel Awards." And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to win because there's only 5 of us in the category. And if I'm not one of the 3, then that's like crazy. I kind of remember nudging my dad like, here I go. And then I did win. I didn't get to meet Parker Posey because she had a performance that night, so me and Adrienne Lennox went up and accepted our awards. Maybe I'll get to meet her one day, if Jack will let me. Gosh. It was a three-way tie, but I was the youngest and still am of the three actresses, so that's good. Yeah, this sparks joy. Oh my gosh, how I missed you. Oh, it's my Barbie. Oh, what did I call you? What was your name? What was your name? Was it Sharon? Yeah. Oh, Sharon. Oh, look at her shoes. Look at her shoes. Oh, gosh. Ah, you always are so put together. God, look at that makeup. Sharon. Oh. Do you know how to KonMari? Hey, Sharon, do you know how to KonMari? Well, of course, Jen. You taught me. This. Oh, gosh, it's a funny story, really, because ever since it was twist-tied next to me at the manufacturing plant in Cambodia, where I was hot molded and boxed, I thought, what is that thing next to me? And how is it informing my identity? It's just a sweater. I spent a long time wondering about it, what it could be. Did it belong to me? Did it belong to someone else? You know, it was close to me, but it could come no closer. When little Jamie's dad finally found me and cut me free, P.S. Jamie was 14. They got me, and it was a time when Jamie was going through a lot of stuff, you know. And honestly, it was just a really fitting time for me to come into this new home, you know, because Mom and Dad were just really unavailable to Jamie at the time, you know, and dealing with their own stuff, right? What parents do. It's not an excuse to not take care of Jamie, you know, but it's just how things were, you know. Gosh, it was so sad. Just like so many situations that I've had the good fortune of coming into and like transforming with like all of my energy. Sharon, what about the sweater? Oh, right, the sweater, right. Well, anyway, when you want to KonMari a sweater, you have to think about the space that it's going to inhabit, right? So if you have a tiny dresser, you have to think, how do I fold this like really tiny? And usually you're going to fold it into thirds, which is ironic because Jamie's household was in thirds. It was Jamie, his mom, his dad. That's 3 people. So you're going to want to fold this sweater, and then you're going to want to fold it again and again. And then it's going to stand up on its own feet, just like Jamie. Just like Jamie. It can stand all on its own. What do you know about that? My goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Corn. Corn. Yay! Oh my gosh, everybody. Oh my gosh, I love corn. Let me tell you a little something about corn. Gosh,
What are you doing?
Well, I'm wondering what they would say to each other.
What?
Well, I was wondering where you got...
What?
I was wondering where
What?
I was wondering where you got that
You have to do your mouth more because I have no ears.
I have no face.
Does she have a flower head?
I'm gonna go to Austin.
To do the piece I got fired from. It is one of my favorite places.
I can't wait to go. I'm looking forward to, should you be watching this and should you know someone in Austin, send them to my show, which will be at...
Fusebox.
And it's gonna be it'll be at
the
Ballet
Ballet
Austin.
Austin Studios.
Yes, it'll be there.
Near the original Whole Foods. Get into it.
Wow, work.
Stop by the
Saturday,
original
Sunday.
OG Whole Foods. It's huge. Did we have a great day?
Did you have a great day?
I had the greatest day here.
Well, I guess that's it.
We loves
We
you.
loves you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night and good luck.
Hope you sleep well.
I hope the spring comes one day.
Yeah, me too.
Good luck with that project.
Oh my god, global warming is so real. Darkness reigns. Bye.
Are we done? And hopefully one day we'll be on Spike TV or FX, True TV, the History Channel. I heard today on the History Channel has a show called Forge and Fire, and it's basically Chopped for people who make swords.